Good day and welcome to another installment of the Mecad Minute. My name is Deon Le Grange and today we will be taking a quick look at SOLIDWORKS file corruptions. How do you identify a SOLIDWORKS file corruption? What causes a SOLIDWORKS file corruption? And also how can you check for yourself to see if there's a possibility of recovering your files? SOLIDWORKS file corruptions are not always that easy to spot. In some cases you may find that only a single feature is affected in an otherwise normally functioning file. However, in the vast majority of cases, you will find one of these two symptoms. The first is a message indicating an error was encountered while trying to open your file. Contact technical support for a possible solution. However, in other cases, your SOLIDWORKS will simply crash when trying to open a file. Files get corrupted when the bits that make up the file either goes missing or gets rearranged. This can happen for a number of possible reasons. The first major contributing factor is saving your files directly over an unstable network. Rather save your files locally and then copy your files across the network. Other factors include interruption of the saving process. For example, this is when a user terminates SOLIDWORKS while it's still busy saving a file. Other problems include power fluctuations, faulty hardware and bad partitions on your hard drive, faulty software and operating systems, viruses and malware, and sometimes even a faulty installation of SOLIDWORKS itself. If you are currently dealing with a suspected SOLIDWORKS file corruption, or if you would just like some more information on this topic, I would like to suggest the following solutions from the SOLIDWORKS knowledge base. These three solutions include more information on file corruptions, their causes, their symptoms, and some strategies on how you can evaluate for yourself whether SOLIDWORKS will be able to recover your corrupted files. The third solution includes a very handy flowchart which makes this evaluation process a breeze. Let's have a quick look at this flowchart. This is what the flowchart looks like that you will find inside solution 073476. I will now zoom in on this flowchart, and you can pause your video at specific instances if you would like to follow through this chart with me. I apologize for the quality of this image, but you will be able to find a better quality image inside the solution itself. Let us start from the top of this flowchart. Say you are now in a position where you suspect that one of your SOLIDWORKS files might have become corrupted. You now need to determine exactly which file it is that was affected by the corruption. In the case of drawing and assembly files, there is a possibility that maybe the file itself was not corrupted, but rather one of the reference files. In the case of a drawing, open all of the top level references of that drawing. If you can open all of the references without issues, it means that the drawing file itself was corrupted. In the case of an assembly, see if you can open the assembly using a new configuration using the assembly structure only. If the file does open, it is not your assembly file that was corrupted, but rather one of the component files. Drill down your feature manager tree and unsuppress your component files one by one until you detect which file it is that has become corrupted. You have now determined exactly which file it is that was corrupted. The next very important step is to determine whether your file size is larger than 40 kilobytes. If this is not the case, there's no need to contact your VAR or to contact SOLIDWORKS because your file will not be repairable and you would either have to recover a backup or you would have to create the file from scratch. If the file is anything larger than 40 kilobytes, assuming that you are working in a file version newer than SOLIDWORKS 2017, you need to determine if SOLIDWORKS will be able to repair the file. If the answer is yes, you can simply continue using the repaired file. If SOLIDWORKS is not able to repair the file, you have to ask yourself if you have a backup of the file available. If you do have a backup of the file available, do you know how to reproduce the steps to create the corruption? If no, case closed. Then simply continue from your backed up file. If you do know the steps on how to recreate the corruption, please contact your VAR so that we can contact SOLIDWORKS and log a critical SR at SOLIDWORKS to help you get the problem solved. If you do not have a backup of the file and your file size is larger than 40 kilobyte, you can first try to open the file using either QuickView or eDrawings. If this is possible, you can first try to recreate the file using the graphics display. If this is not possible, or if your file does not open using Quick View or eDrawings, you can contact your VAR. We will then submit a critical service request to SOLIDWORKS, but please keep in mind that SOLIDWORKS might not be able to repair your file. It will take them at least 3 business days to review your request, and that SOLIDWORKS will not be able to tell you what caused the corruption or how you can avoid the reoccurrence of this issue. My top tip for the day for reducing the losses suffered due to file corruptions is using SOLIDWORKS PDM. SOLIDWORKS PDM allows users to check in their files frequently, creating a new version of the files every time. If a file should get corrupted, it can be rolled back easily to its previous version. This way, the amount of time lost due to file corruptions is reduced from a few days to a few hours at most, saving you time and saving you money.